Did you know that late June often marks the most volatile transition in the British climate, where we swing from sudden heat waves to unexpected Atlantic depressions within a matter of hours? Welcome to your comprehensive update for Friday, the 26th of June, 2026. Today, we aren't just looking at the barometer and the cloud cover, but we are bridging the gap between the current atmospheric conditions and the profound historical legacy of this specific date. Whether you are planning your weekend travel or seeking a deeper understanding of the events that shaped our modern world, this deep dive provides the precise data and context you need for today. Starting with the southeast and the Greater London area, we are seeing a high-pressure system settling in, which typically brings stable, sunny intervals. For today, June 26, 2026, expect temperatures to peak around 22 to 24 degrees Celsius. However, the humidity levels are hovering at 65%, making it feel slightly warmer in the urban heat islands of central London. Wind speeds are light, averaging 8 to 12 miles per hour from the southwest, which will keep the air fresh. If you're heading out, the UV index is currently at a 6, meaning high sun exposure. Sunscreen is essential for anyone spending more than 30 minutes outdoors between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Moving north, the weather takes a more typical maritime turn. In Scotland and northern England, a low-pressure trough is bringing scattered showers and cloud cover. Temperatures in Glasgow and Edinburgh will likely hover between 14 and 17 degrees Celsius, with a 40% chance of precipitation throughout the afternoon. Wales is seeing a mix of sunshine and showers, with Cardiff expecting a high of 19 degrees. We are monitoring a slight increase in wind gusts across the Highlands, reaching up to 25 miles per hour, which could impact local ferry services. For those in the north, a waterproof jacket is a necessity as the instability in the atmosphere suggests intermittent drizzle throughout the evening. Looking at the broader meteorological context, June 2026 is following a trend of slightly higher than average temperatures compared to the 1991 to 2020 baseline. This is partly due to the strengthening of the North Atlantic current, which brings warmer air masses toward the British Isles. We are currently observing a blocking pattern in the jet stream, which often leads to prolonged periods of the same weather, meaning if it's sunny today, it's likely to remain so for the next 72 hours. This stability is crucial for the UK's agricultural sector, particularly for the ripening of soft fruits and early summer crops, though farmers remain cautious about the potential for sudden late June thunderstorms. Now, let us pivot to the history of June 26. On this day in 1945, the world was navigating the immediate aftermath of World War II. The focus was on the reconstruction of Europe and the establishment of the new geopolitical order. This period saw the intense negotiations that eventually led to the formation of the United Nations, focusing on preventing future global conflicts. In the UK, the late June period of 1945 was characterized by a sense of relief but also extreme economic austerity, as the government began implementing the strict rationing and social reforms that would eventually lead to the creation of the NHS. It was a time of profound societal shift, moving from a wartime economy to a welfare state. June 26 holds a specific place in the annals of international law and diplomacy. For instance, looking back at the 19th century, this date often saw pivotal diplomatic movements in the European courts that redefined borders and alliances. On a more modern note, June 26 is recognized globally as the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. Established by the UN General Assembly, this day serves as a critical reminder of the socio-economic impact of substance abuse. In the UK, this day is marked by public health campaigns and community outreach programs aimed at reducing addiction rates, reflecting a systemic approach to healthcare that evolved from the early post-war policies we discussed earlier. Historically, June 26 has also been a day of scientific curiosity. In the realm of astronomy and physics, late June is the period of the summer solstice's aftermath, where the northern hemisphere experiences its longest days. This atmospheric phenomenon has influenced British culture for centuries, from the ancient celebrations at Stonehenge to modern midsummer festivals. Scientifically, this period allows for maximum solar energy capture, which is now being leveraged by the UK's expanding network of solar farms. By analyzing historical weather data for June 26 over the last century, climatologists have noted a steady increase in mean temperatures, providing concrete evidence of the regional warming trend affecting the UK's unique ecosystem. When we connect the weather of today with the history of the state, we see a pattern of resilience. Whether it was the British public enduring the rain and rationing of June 1945 or the modern struggle against climate volatility in 2026, the ability to adapt remains a core trait of the British experience. The contrast between the stability of a sunny June day and the chaos of historical upheavals reminds us that while the weather is fleeting, the events of June 26, from diplomatic treaties to public health milestones, leave a permanent mark on our collective identity. Understanding where we are today requires acknowledging the atmospheric and historical currents that brought us here. To summarize today's update, southern England enjoys warmth and sun with highs of 24 degrees, while the north and Scotland should prepare for showers and cooler temperatures. Historically, June 26 reminds us of the transition from the shadows of war to the hope of international cooperation and the ongoing commitment to global health. As you move through your Friday, keep an eye on the skies and perhaps reflect on the legacy of those who navigated the state in decades past. Thank you for joining us for this blend of meteorological data and historical insight. Stay safe, stay informed, and enjoy the remainder of your June.